in the heart of Whispering Pines, a quaint town where everyone knew everyone, a mysterious disappearance cast a chilling shadow over our close-knit community. It was an ordinary Tuesday when Mr. Thompson, our town librarian and a beloved figure, seemingly vanished without a trace. As whispers of his disappearance spread, concern rippled through the town. My curiosity and a sense of community duty prompted me to delve into the unsettling mystery. I discovered that Mr. Thompson had last been seen leaving the library on that fateful Tuesday evening, a stack of overdue books tucked under his arm. The investigation led me through the charming streets and into the scenic outskirts of our town. It was during these explorations that I encountered Mrs. Turner, a longtime resident known for her sharp observations. Mrs. Turner revealed a peculiar detail. She had seen a disheveled man lingering near the library on that evening. Driven by this lead, I began to piece together the puzzle. Whispers in the town square hinted at a man named Everett, known for his eccentric behavior and erratic tendencies. Locals spoke of his fixation on Mr. Thompson, stemming from an unresolved grudge over a late fee dispute. Intrigued and slightly unnerved, I decided to pay a visit to Everett's cluttered cottage on the outskirts of town. The air inside was heavy with the scent of old newspapers and faded memories. In a corner, I found a collection of overdue library notices, each annotated with erratic scribbles. Suddenly, Everett appeared, his eyes wild and a maniacal grin etched across his face. It was clear that something had unhinged within him. In his ramblings, he confessed to concocting an elaborate plan to teach Mr. Thompson a lesson. As he spoke, the missing librarian's fate unfolded. Everett, consumed by a twisted sense of justice, had devised a plan to trap Mr. Thompson in a hidden underground cellar beneath his cottage. The revelation sent shivers down my spine as I realized the dark reality of our seemingly idyllic town. Summoning the local authorities, we descended into the depths beneath Everett's cottage, where we discovered a makeshift cell. There, in the dim light, we found Mr. Thompson, battered but alive. The relief that swept through the town was palpable as we reunited Mr. Thompson with his worried friends and family. The episode left a lasting impression on our community, a reminder that even in the most charming towns, darkness could lurk beneath the surface. As for Everett, he was escorted away, his once familiar face now etched with the consequences of his disturbing actions. In the aftermath, Whispering Pines remained a haven of friendly faces and familiar streets, but the memory of that harrowing Tuesday lingered. The disappearance and subsequent discovery became a cautionary tale, a testament to the resilience of a close-knit town that refused to let darkness overshadow its sense of community. Nestled between rolling hills, our little town of Maplewood boasted a serenity that belied the mysterious events about to unfold. It all began when Mr. Fitzgerald, a well-known botanist, vanished without a trace during one of his routine nature walks. As the news spread, a cloud of worry descended upon Maplewood. The town was famous for its picturesque trails, but now, those very paths held an air of uncertainty. Driven by a sense of community and concern for Mr. Fitzgerald, I took it upon myself to investigate the mysterious disappearance. The wooded trails, once a source of solace, now felt like a labyrinth of secrets. In my quest for answers, I stumbled upon a local recluse, Old Man Weaver, known for his eccentricities and hermit-like existence on the outskirts of town. Rumors hinted at a long-standing feud between Mr. Fitzgerald and Old Man Weaver over a rare flower species coveted by both. Intrigued, I decided to pay the recluse a visit. His ramshackle cottage, surrounded by a thicket of overgrown foliage, appeared frozen in time. Upon my arrival, Old Man Weaver greeted me with a weary smile that barely concealed the shadows lurking in his eyes. As we conversed, he reluctantly admitted to witnessing the botanist's disappearance, but denied any involvement. According to him, Mr. Fitzgerald had ventured into a secluded part of the woods, and that was the last he saw of him. Undeterred, I followed the faint trail that led to the mysterious section of the forest. Deep within the woods, obscured by thick foliage, I stumbled upon an ancient tree with a hidden entrance. Pushing aside the branches, I uncovered a concealed underground chamber, its walls adorned with drawings of rare flowers. In the dim light, I discovered Mr. Fitzgerald, disoriented but unharmed. It became clear that Old Man Weaver, driven by an obsessive love for the same elusive flowers, had devised an elaborate plan to isolate the botanist and claim the prized specimens for himself. With the rescued botanist in tow, we emerged from the hidden chamber, the mysteries of the Maplewood Trail slowly unraveling. Old Man Weaver, confronted with his actions, expressed remorse for his misguided actions and the toll his obsession had taken on both himself and the community. Maplewood, once shrouded in uncertainty, returned to its peaceful ways. The trails that had harbored secrets now stood as a testament to the resilience of a town that faced darkness head-on and emerged stronger, its sense of community intact. The disappearance of Mr. Fitzgerald became a cautionary tale, reminding us that even in the quietest corners of the world, the pursuit of passion could lead to unexpected and chilling consequences. Moonlit nights in Crescent Falls held an enchantment that was shattered when Mrs. Carmichael, the town's gentle seamstress, mysteriously disappeared. Crescent Falls, a place where everyone knew their neighbor, was gripped by a sense of unease as the townsfolk grappled with the enigma of her vanishing act. Driven by a desire to unravel the mystery, I delved into Mrs. Carmichael's world. The quaint sewing shop, adorned with delicate fabrics and memories, seemed to hold a clue within its silent walls. Locals spoke of a stranger who had frequented the shop, his eyes shadowed by a brimmed hat and an air of mystery. As I questioned those who had crossed paths with Mrs. Carmichael, a pattern emerged. Whispers of a man lurking in the shadows, a silhouette that had been seen near the shop on the fateful night of her disappearance. Determined to shed light on the mystery, I followed the trail that led to the outskirts of town. A dilapidated mansion, cloaked in ivy and secrets, stood as a testament to the town's forgotten past. Rumors spoke of its former resident, a recluse with a penchant for collecting rare artifacts. Inside the mansion's dimly lit chambers, I discovered a room frozen in time. Dresses crafted with exquisite skill adorned mannequins, capturing the essence of Mrs. Carmichael's handiwork. It became evident that the mysterious collector, a man known as Elias Blackthorne, harbored an unsettling fascination with the town's seamstress. A hidden passage within the mansion led to a subterranean chamber where Mrs. Carmichael was found, her eyes wide with a mixture of fear and relief. Elias Blackthorne, driven by an eccentric obsession, had taken her, intent on preserving her artistry within the confines of his eerie collection. As the town rallied together, Elias Blackthorne was apprehended, his unsettling hoard of memorabilia laid bare. Crescent Falls, shaken by the ordeal, emerged stronger, its sense of community deepened by the shared experience of confronting the shadows that lurked within. Mrs. Carmichael's return became a symbol of resilience, a reminder that even in the most charming towns, darkness could surface. Crescent Falls carried on, but the moonlit nights now held a sobering awareness, an acknowledgement that beneath the quaint facade, secrets could unravel and shadows could dance in the most unexpected corners.